So way back in 2006, 2005, I started a journey. I started to get interested in Native Americans and their culture. And I went to live with the Native Americans. And I started to study all the stuff and all, and do sweat lodges and try and start Indigenous Olympic Games, Warrior Games and all of this stuff. Prince Harry done the Invictus Games when the Warrior Games was thwarted. But it wasn't meant to be, so it wasn't meant to be. But the Hopi, I went down to Hopi land as well. The Hopi are called the Peaceful Little Ones, and they had a prophecy, the Kitchener prophecy or something like that. But the Hopi are descendants of the Maya, and they're called the Peaceful Little Ones. So I was thinking, how could they be descendants of the Maya? The Maya were bloodthirsty savages. They were until they were converted by the two apostles in Acts 8. And then they became peaceful little ones. So some of them moved down into the Arizona desert. I assume that's what happened. It makes a lot of sense now. Because they abandoned the human sacrifice and all of that stuff and moved away from them pyramids. Because them pyramids are actually cursed items. They're like biohazard, they are to people. Say there was a war, like there's always a threat of a World War III and Russia and this, that and America and China, Russia and this and Europe and all. And it was a serious war, because it will be a serious war. The next big war will be a serious one, because they have serious weapons, you know. Things will kick right off. Loads of stuff will get wrecked. Berserk shit. Michael the Archangel will probably preside over that chaos, because he's the angel over chaos and the best of humanity. So when chaos kicks off, Michael the Archangel will stand for the children and all, against the parents and against everyone and all. He's standing for the children mostly, but adults are children in the eyes of the Lord as well. So, but the Hopi are the peaceful little ones. So it makes sense that around the time the Hopi, because the chief of the Hopi is known to me and I'm known to him, Wandering Wolf, I think his name is. He's actually the chief of the Maya. So we made friends with the Inca, the descendants of the Emperor Inca. We have corresponded with one another, and I wanted to use the Inca and all down that Mesoamerica to gain access to the medicine of the leaf. And I was wondering how I was going to do it, because I had a pitch for them. And I still have that pitch, and it makes perfect sense to me now. It's the rising of the kings. Now, them people weren't all enemies of Christendom in that part of the world. And all of them weren't treated like that, but a lot of them died of all the diseases that the Westerners brought with them, so they say. But I see something more sinister than that in the background, because it was greed orientated as well. So even if the Spanish or the French or the British did come across a tribe that were of the faith or inclined towards the faith, because over generations it might have win. That's what happens over generations. They forget bits and they're not as pious as their ancestors were. So basically, if they did come across a tribe that was basically living off the land and had no gold or anything like that, that tribe would have moved on and left that tribe, or assimilated that tribe into the army to fight, which later on they had to destroy the Inca. Now this is the thing, the Inca wouldn't have had the Inca civilization and all of them pyramids and all them sacrifices if them pyramids weren't there. So basically if we leave them pyramids, we're leaving a ticking time bomb for future generations. Some poor cunt, or thousands and thousands and thousands of poor cunts, are going to get sacrificed up on the top of that hill. And they're going to just stick big blades in on the top of them pyramids, and they're going to just stick big blades in them. They're going to butcher them and kick them down and roll them down, start screaming all mumbo jumbo and horrible shite to loads of evil gods. That's what's going to happen. Them things are cursed items. We can't allow that to happen. This generation is responsible for the next generation. You can't leave a booby trap. You wouldn't leave a claymore in the garden and then tell the kids to go out and play in the garden, would you? a live claymore, or you wouldn't give them a grenade to play with. You wouldn't give them a nuke to play with, would you? Well, that's what you're doing. You're giving them something evil and sinister, and the whole setup was sinister. Now, the whole of the Amazon jungle is on fire. Now, there's probably a reason for this. One of the reasons would be, now that you know about the pyramids, you are still fixing them and still letting tourists go near them and all. So in the eyes of the Most High, you know about this stuff now. You know the pyramids are doing it. Now you are fixing them and making money off them instead of destroying them and breaking them down. You're actually willfully disobedient. You didn't know before, but now they do. So the Lord will do loads of. The Lord will put a stop to your sharpish. He'll do something, whatever he decides to do, or he'll do loads of things when you do stuff like that. Now, when the Inca, the people, or the Maya, the people who built the pyramids, when they built the pyramids, they start sacrificing them. They done all this terrible shit, and they were devout about their religion. The building of all the pyramids is testament to that. But as soon as they found out the truth, they abandoned them. Now, they were pious people, but yous are 10 times worse, because yous know better. The human population knows better. And the Maya knew. The Maya were the ones who built them. They put all the hundreds and thousands of years into building them, and then just abandoned them. So why the fuck is the international community fixing them, teaching the Maya shit again? Now the Mayan calendar is out there. All of this stuff was abandoned, and then it started off again because of the pyramids. Now, if them pyramids are removed, which is the rising of the kings, which is why I'm happy to know this bit now, because now I know what will I say to Inca was, and what will I say to Wandering Wolf when I speak to them about the rising of the kings, because them people are descendants of kings, so they will be rising, but they won't be rising if they're not of the faith. That they won't be doing. So now they know the truth, and now the international community knows the truth. Surely top of the agenda must be the removal of all idolatry, and any country which propagates idolatry and stuff like that, they need to be sort of sanctioned or something. You know, that's dishonour. They've dishonoured themselves. The honour price is not kicking in there with them. You can't live in Galatia as an angel, an Anglo-Saxon, an Angel-Saxon, or a Gael, or a Gaul, or a Ghoul, and be of a different faith and expect to have an honour price, to believe a lie and propagate that lie when we know the truth. And the Gallic faith knows it. The Gallic faith of sacred unity, and the fakers out there saying that this and that and all, but they're pledging allegiance to a republic in the time of the rising of the kings, which is absolute insanity. That's insanity. That is downright out cultural insanity. To try and oppose the Lord. The Lord gave ample warning to everybody in the Bible thousands of years ago. Told all them gobshite lefty fucking activists, most of the stuff in the sea is gonna die or something. 2/3 of the trees are gonna be destroyed. This is gonna happen, that's gonna happen. It's happening, and they're running around going, we can't explain the global warming. They call it global warming. It's biblical prophecy. They're mad. No cases, the headbangers. But nothing that is hidden is going to remain hidden, even abroad. So there's loads of funky stuff going to happen. I'd be in on it. If I got the chance to be in on it, victorious, because I know these people are victorious in Christ, these people that's in the faith and all, they're victorious. I'd go with the victors. It might not be easy. It's definitely going to be a bit of a roller coaster ride. But don't you know we're living in the trouble. So I'm gonna bust your bubble. You crazy, living in utopia. My voice is not what it used to be at the moment.